Vivekananda comes to Ramakrishna Paramhans. First question, have you seen whom you are claiming me to show? Such sharp and burning question, just in the face. What is 100% truth in your seeing? Are you not embodiment of that? श्रद्धा आस्था में कमी नहीं है. There is nothing lacking in that. शुश्रूषा श्रवणम ग्रहणम धारणम तथा उहापोह अर्थ विज्ञानम तत्व ज्ञानम धीगुणम. In the world, children and Bharatiya Nari, these are the saviors of the world. If world has to be saved, these two have to behave the way they should behave. Otherwise, I am not seeing hope for the world. I go to Guru and he already have no doubt about anything. So only I have to tell, now I also do not have any doubt. Then the journey is over. Or you can say the real journey begins, because then you will out and out do what he is doing. How deep the remembrance has become. When that becomes the bedrock on which the world is running, then you are home free. You should not put your mark low. Here in Sahaj Smriti Yoga, mark is the ultimate, nothing below that. Even if the whole world is given to you, you say thank you, because it is perishable. I am looking for imperishable.
You told that true success is like I have to feel that I am immortal.
Yes.
I'm nowhere near that.
How do you know? Anyway, continue.
But I see this path just to correct myself every single day.
Yes.
So I use it for my interpersonal behavior, and whenever I do my work, I ensure that action, body, mind
Correct.
is in same and try to behave well. Whether I'm immortal or not, I still have not experienced such things. This is first question. Number two, whenever I meditate here with you, I get tears from my eyes. Whenever I do it in my home, I don't get that experience. So what is that I'm undergoing whenever I sit with you, Guruji?
Okay. So first part of your question is not question. It is assertion. You are acknowledging that whether I don't know whether I am immortal or not. You are not asking a question. Second part, again you are telling that when I am doing here meditation, I feel this. One part you are saying I am applying in life for whatever is been here I am learning, that I am applying in life. That is the key thing. Whatever steps are same. To experience immortality, those only 5 steps, there are no extra steps. They only lead to experience immortality. When we do them perfectly, then that experience dawns upon us. So that is how it is. Nothing extra needs to be. Now whether you are immortal or not, if that is the question, that is the beginning. That what we are saying is, in this mortal coil, when you experience immortality, then only this makes sense. Otherwise, it will make limited sense. As you are saying, you are feeling, means when you apply in life these things, definitely you are getting result. Your behavior is changing for better. So this is what when everybody acknowledges. Whom we call a guru, what he does, he experiments on his person, whether this is correct or not. When all experiments he has done perfectly, he has found the result correctly, then only he gives. Otherwise, he will not give. If somebody has not reached to the perfection, the ultimate truth, he will not uphold this position and should not. Because this is a responsibility. So, those things are perfect in order. If we follow what we have been given, then the day will come when we will experience that, when we have perfected that. Because that is the beginning. What we say, Amritasya Putra Vayam. Now that we are the progeny of immortal being. So then a human being, son or daughter is human being, like immortal son or daughter will be immortal only. So this doubt, why it is coming, that we have to, that somewhere in practice we are not doing properly, or we are not listening properly, or we are not questioning properly. Like Vivekananda comes to Ramakrishna Paramhans. First question, have you seen whom you are claiming me to show? Such sharp and burning question, just in the face. They only have that right to progress fast, because that means, what question means, he is out there to put his life on the stake. If something is there, so preparedness is important. How much prepared he would have been when he is confronting confronting a guru and questioning his question, all the knowledge. And then he says, oh, this is the person whom I can at least find, can do some work with. So this is how the journey happens. Until and unless we have reached to that stage, that everything whatever we are hearing, we ponder over it, connect it properly. Is there superfluity in it? Is there anything in it? Is it not 100% gold? Then only we imbibe, then it becomes yours. When something is 100% gold in your eyes, it ought to become yours. It is no more somebody else's or guru's or anybody's, because that is you have become that. What is 100% truth in your seeing? Are you not embodiment of that? Where is the difference between you and that knowledge? So either you are not doing your work properly, that you consider everything this is 100% good. Otherwise, anything, how many times I have said, even if you take one sentence and acknowledge to the Guru, this is the one I have taken, your job is done. So this is how it is. So that is correctly you are doing, that whatever you are applying. And then when this crying comes, melting comes, means you are truly following. Means you are trying your level best. Shraddha, Astha mein kami nahi hai. There is nothing lacking in that. Only it is a matter of journey. So, journey mein, but something you should not put your mark low. Here in Sahaj Smriti Yoga, mark is the ultimate. Nothing below that. Even if the whole world is given to you, you say thank you. Because it is perishable, so thank you. I am looking for imperishable. So below that nothing is, I am not falling for. I am not denying anything, but I am not falling for. This is not my need. This is not my demand. This is not what I have come here for as a human being. I have come here to experience the ultimate. Experiencing means what? Becoming the ultimate. Because you are already ultimate. You are the progeny of the ultimate. So, crying means that something is melting within you, which is good. And why it is not happening there when you are going, if that is the question? Yes, so when you align more and more, intensity comes. Whatever you have heard, you have pondered over it properly. We say there are 8 limbs of pondering over. Shushrusha, Sravanam, Grahanam, Dharanam, Tatha, Uhapoh, Arth Vigyanam, Tattva Gyanam, Dhiguna. Dhi is what you are looking for. Dhi means wisdom. So we say here, and we have, because in Sanskrit it is now, because people do not have time, so they will find it too cumbersome. That is why I am not going in all that. I am giving you simple steps. That it is intellect to intelligence to wisdom. Otherwise, these are 8 limbs. The Shushrusas, listening keenly. So many times I have told you. Shushrusa means keenly, listening keenly. Sravanam, then listening. First keenness to listen, then Sravanam, Grahanam. Then you are imbibing. Then you are making it your own, dharana. Then you are reasoning it. Vahapoh means reasoning pro and con. Then you are coming out with the meaning. Then that becomes your dhi, tattva, jnana. So that is how the knowledge progresses. So when that process becomes more intense and clear, that whatever you have heard, that has become truth to you, then you would keep becoming peaceful. Once you keep becoming peaceful, what is happening here will start happening anywhere, you said. So this is the process, but it is nothing to be despondent about. It is very good that somewhere it is happening on earth at least. So it is good. You say somebody says, under that tree I am fine. Somewhere you have find that it is fine here. So it will happen everywhere later on. So be always in a very enthusiastic mode, but this is what it is. That you have more and more be aligned with the truth, we keep becoming that. And in that proportion, our doubt goes. There will be no doubt left. When doubt is not there, then thou art that. So long as doubts are there, then only the progress is. It sounds contradiction in terms. Whatever I say, its opposite, it will sound so contradictory. But that is how indication is. And I say, no, when you have doubt, then only you are progressing. But when there is no doubt, you have become that. So this is the journey. Yoga Ruh to Yoga Ruda. As happens. Is it satisfying?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay.
Guruji, this is that Savitri and Satyavan ka.
Yes.
So essentially what I also understand is that we also need to have a channel by which we are able to understand the ultimate. That is why we do meditation and all that. Now, when she is praying for Satyavan's mortality, so how do we say that she has reached the ultimate?
That's the question.
That is the question. That is one, of course. And the other question that I have is the ultimate Brahman. What I understand is it is a sustaining principle. So, is it also a creator of all this Maya, or is it just sustaining everything?
Okay.
And if it is sustaining, then how am I part of that?
Okay.
Yeah.
It is all in one sentence. It is sustaining, it is destruction, it is creation, all that is. And that all is a small part of that. It is something bigger than all this what we know. That is how the ultimate principle is. Now about the Satyavan and Savitri, this any story which is told in Indic narrative, or we say Sanatan Parampara, they come from the same grain. Only when the period changes, then people understand differently. Now if I have to tell in a different language. If that time I had to tell, it was a different language. So language changes. Like this narrative comes. Principle is same, that what I have told just. This is the same answer I am going to give you in different words, what I have given to Abu. That you are coming for that source and you have forgotten. Now you have to again reach to that remembrance, that who you really are. So this narrative, Satyavan Savitri, comes in Upanishad first, not like Satyavan Savitri. It comes as Nachiketas and Vajisravas. Yama Nachiketa Sambad. Story is differing, but the principle is same. And it is not coincidence that the name of the father of Nachiketas is Vajisravas. And Savitri's father's name is Ashwapati. Vaj means horse, Ashwa means horse. So the person, when Vyas is telling it, it comes in the one parv of Mahabharata, where Rishi Markandeya is telling to Yudhishthira to extol the virtues of women. This is the context. He has to extol the virtues of women, Bharatiya Nari, if I want to say in today's words, which I am so much mesmerized. In the world, children and Bharatiya Nari, these are the saviors of the world. If world has to be saved, these two have to behave the way they should behave. Otherwise, I am not seeing hope for the world. So, this story comes to extol the virtue of women. Markandeya is telling. Here, what is happening? It is not about two people. It is only about one person. Aurobindo caught its essence and he told in a different manner that look, what happened at that time you cannot come to know, you take it in terms of the consciousness. So he is trying to tell what dharma can do, what love can do, what wisdom can do, what consciousness can do. So here Savitri, see how the Savitri story begins, how much metaphor is there. I am not saying that real persons were not there. It is possible. Real persons were there. Right? Now, you and I, are we real person or not? After some time, just think of 2 lakh years or 2000 years, who will know whether we were there? Say maybe such people were there or such people were not there. So this is immaterial, because this materialization keep on happening time and again. That is why it is immaterial. But whether the truth is as it is can be experienced, that is why the stories are told. Otherwise, without stories, grasping essence is tough. Otherwise, I am saying no, it is 3-step story, intellect to intelligence to wisdom. Why should I tell you anything else? So until and unless goes through story, goes through narration, then something or other you catch. Somewhere you are touched and somewhere some dot is connected. This sounds something truth in it. That is how narratives are woven. So here Savitri's father, he is praying for the Savita Devi. Savita Devi, who is Savita Devi? Gayatri mantra it comes. Savita is Surya also. Savita is, see from where Surya, that means sun comes, that is also Savita. So there, you see some ultimate power there. Father is praying in the feminine form. So he is praying and the daughter is born. Daughter is born, so their name is Savitri, because it was with the prayers to the Savitri that she came into being. So obviously they made it clear that it is you only who have come, so it's you. Now, as a human girl, Savitri is trying to reach to the ultimate potential. So she says you have to be Satyavan. Satyavan represents the humanity, human soul or human consciousness there. And Savitri represents the ultimate consciousness, not Yama. The Savitri represents the ultimate consciousness. This is the way it goes. So one by one she is doing that sadhana, and then she is coming to the same conclusion as Nachiketas had come with his dialogue with the Yama. Now all these words, when you take, they have some meaning everywhere. They indicate something and then they leave you. But we fall into stories. Stories are for some indication. Now such a Yama. Yama means kya? You have read this Yam Niyam, Sat Aste Ahinsa Parigraha Brahmacharya. And then what you call Tap Soch Swadhyay, Santosh Ishwar Pranidhan. These are Yama Niyams. In Niyama, Yama is there. If you write the word Niyam, Yam is already there, included into that. So it is telling you how, but these things, Tap, Soch, Swadhyay, these, so you have to practice. Tapa you have to practice, Soch you have to practice, Swadhyay you have to practice. Contentment, have you become contented? These are the attainments. Ishwar Pranidhan, has that divine quality entered into you, or you have entered into that, or have you become that? Either ways, the way you say, see, narration depends on how you understand. Where is your station? If I say somebody, it is, yes, for somebody it is easier. If I say, have you become? You say, this sounds, I say, have you experienced? Somebody is like that. So it depends, have you become that, or that has become you? Ultimately it is oneness. So this oneness of human consciousness reaching to divine consciousness, that is what the story is. It is not she is asking for husband's life. That may be a byproduct. Nobody's case. Suppose you are doing something good. You have human beings around, family people, don't you pray for them? But what happens? What does it mean? Praying means saying some words to somebody. What do you mean by prayer? Does it make any sense? If you say a few words to somebody, have you become prayer? When you become prayerful, you become grateful. You know that divine ecstasy, what it is. Then you forget everything that this doesn't make any much sense. Anyway, when the divine is fulfilled, whatever is needed accordingly, and everything happens. So have we reached to that immortality, where mortality doesn't matter? Because that is what for mortality is, that in this frame you can experience the immortality. That is the whole thing. So this in our country, that is why the Bharat we call it is great. Because here this tradition has never broken. In almost, if you look for it, everywhere you will find one or the other person telling you exactly the same thing. This we have kept alive. Nowhere else, it is everywhere else, some broken chain is there. Here chain is not broken. It is intact as it is. That is what we call Guru Shishya Parampara. That we have not relied on anything, we relied on our own being. If this being continues, then the thing will continue in whatever form. Somebody may burn the library, somebody may burn this thing, that thing, but if one of us is alive, then the thing is alive. So this is what the tradition is. Experiencing that and becoming that in this human frame. That is the journey of the Savitri as a human being to Savitri who is divine born. From where the story starts. That's why you have to be very careful while listening. Story starts with his fathers praying for the Savitri. That means some ultimate power, and they are acknowledging that there is somebody to pray for and it will be given to me. And then when it happens, their trust increases. No, this is he only. And that's what we are saying. How can you differentiate between him and his progeny or her and her progeny? Here in this country, why we are different? We are मातृ पूजक, हम मातृ देवी की उपासना करते हैं, भारत माता बोलते हैं. हमारे यहाँ everywhere else, if you see, this is Abrahamic and non-Abrahamic. I see this, these are words. Brahma, Abraham, Brahma or Brahma. Just A is there in between. So that tradition is going a different way. Abrahamic, all they are going different way. The Brahmic tradition is going different way. So we are what? There no Matra Puja. No, there he or she. Ultimate, we have never, we say always, it is Shakti which is doing. And even when we say Shiva, we say eternal being who has nothing. When the Shakti is activated, he is doing everything. He is always nothing, but he is, that's all. He is nothing. He is, but is important. But all, no power use, no power, nothing. He is, that's all. Because of that, everything else is. So that is how the things are. We are trying to reach through every story you take. If you minutely look at it, it is saying one and same thing 100 ways. That you are that eternal being, and because you have come from that. For some time period you have become this. So if you want to experience that, these are the ways, this is the journey, enjoy. This life is a play, Leela, do it right way, then you will enjoy every moment. So this is for satsangis. Now those who are so far away, for them even to this, that this is an opportunity if you can utilize it. Because they are so much mired into materiality that such thoughts even doesn't occur to them. Such people are also there. So there are very many layers and layers of people. So there are so many kinds of people addressing those issues. They understand this language, okay. If somebody has reached to the, we have made it very simple in everything. Why we say simple? Because we have minimized the literature. Everything we are saying, okay, compulsory to necessary to essential, 3 steps. Immortal to infinite to eternal, 3 steps. So that something makes sense to you at least. Otherwise, no, that also is not enough. Thou art that, one sentence is sufficient. जो तुम देख नहीं पा रहे वही हो तुम, क्योंकि you are mired into what you are seeing. So you are not seeing the unseen, who you really are. Because until and unless you become immortal, world will keep pulling you. You can't be happy, you can't be doing what you ought to do. There will be some mark, difference will be there. Because you will be, naturally, you will be disturbed by whatever you have considered yourself, which you are not. But you have considered that this is me, and that will keep you pulling, because you have invested yourself into that. So as you keep saying, no, whether it is world you are utilizing for that or that for the world, that's the story. So if more and more clear we keep becoming on that, what my priorities are clear, what I am doing. And then it is so easy. Otherwise it is tough. So Savitri is the journey of human soul to the ultimate soul. All these events which are happening, that his husband's life comes back, these are by the way. This is not something, this is, if these things are happening, this is byproducts. His father-in-law getting all prosperity, these are all, they are showing that when you move on virtue, love, truth, dharma, then these things will come. That all the good things, the one who is following dharma, all good things will automatically come to that person. This is how it is. For whom we are so much exercising ourselves, they will automatically come. There is no doubt about it. जिम सुख संपत्ति बिनहि बुलाए धर्मशील पह जाए सुहाए. Like Shukh and Sampatti, the one who is dharmशील automatically, there only it gets this fulfillment. Because they are also virtues. They also want some good abode.
Yes, Guruji, in terms of understanding consciousness in this particular context, I have understood. But when we follow dharma, good things follow us. So ultimately, it is a definition of what is that good. Because Kabir was following dharma, but he really suffered during his mortal, as long as his body remained. So how do we explain that?
No, you are mistaken. He never suffered.
Okay.
Saints never suffer. They are beyond all this. What you are, because you are relating it with mortal coil. And he has never said that I am suffering. The way he says, Dukhiya das kabir hai gaave aru rove. It is not for his own person. He is saying the pathetic condition of the world. That is why he is gaave aru rove. नहीं तो रोने वाला गाता है क्या? He is singing and say crying. Say देख के कबीर देखो जग बोराना. That's what he says. Madness is spread there. So this is how वो कहते हैं कि जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे को हुए. When he has कीमिया, सुख में सुमिरन सब करे दुख में करे न कोई. जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे को हुए. तो कहाँ, when he knows this, will he be ever in misery? No. This is not correct understanding. He was never miserable. It is because you are relating it with material and this thing. So in those terms, when you see, then you will see, because the one who is anybody, for that matter, I consider Elon Musk a fakir. He doesn't have home of his own. Everything sold out for his cause. Direction is different. It matters. If you are saying freedom of expression for country and you are saying it is for the world, then you are not honest. You say it's freedom of expression for white, my country. Correct. So, little difference. Dharma is very gahno karmano gati. So, it has to be they just like double-edged sword when you are walking on what is the Upanishads are saying. Churasya dhara nishita duratya durgam pathastat kabhiyo badanti. Kathopanishad. So, chure ki dhar, like chaku ki. And that also not that if you are walking here, then somebody is making it more sharper for the next step. That, oh, you have learned to walk on this, I will make it a little more sharper. So this is how it is.
So Guruji, in this case, in Savitri's case, she has reached that consciousness. So even if Satyavan had not come back, it is okay for her, isn't it? So
Yes,
that is how it is.
yes,
So this is just a kind of a...
This Savitri means Satyavan only.
Oh,
She is the Satyavan, the one who is following Dharma. The once she has reached to that, Satyavan has become Savitri there. That's all.
Guruji, it was just very overwhelming listening to you explain to this, like tears just started flowing. So I had this question, Guruji, means I don't know whether I'll be able to word it. When I listened to your interview, the way you explain Swatantra, Swadhin, Mukti and Moksha, it was like, I felt like, okay, this is the moment where I got that clarity. Now I know what it is. Swatantra is when you know the tantra of how the self works. And Swadhin is when you are adhin of Atma. That is what you have explained. And Mukti is when you have no identity. And Moksha is when you're born to your Guru. So I felt when you're born to your Guru, all this happens. So I was able to feel that all this also probably is happening simultaneously. One part which I didn't understand is Swadhin is dependent on Atma and Moksha is dependent on Guru. And Guru is definitely beyond Atma, but I don't think I understand all this. It's like beyond my comprehension.
These are experiences. That's why I say by experience we know. That's how, when there is no doubt left. See, who is the authority here? Only the one who is seeking. That yes, now I have no doubt. If you are, suppose I go to Guru and he already have no doubt about anything. So only I have to tell, now I also do not have any doubt. Then the journey is over. Or you can say the real journey begins, because then you will out and out do what he is doing. Isn't it? So long as there is some difference, And this is how it is. Because evidence you have to. We are saying you have to become the evidence of your knowledge. When you become evidence of your knowledge, it is your knowledge. Knowledge doesn't have a copyright. It is not some intellectual, see something, copyright, you need this and all. That is lower thing. For running things, you need all that. But in reality, do you need any copyright for such thing? Or who can own that? And for whom? It is to maximum dispersal. And why copyright? You are saying, I don't want to give it to somebody. Here we are saying, give it to maximum number, so that it reaches to all. How fast, quickly it reaches. So good. What will I do by keeping a copyright for this? And this is how it is. So evidence, you have to become of that knowledge, that it is really so, and that do contemplation, there are steps, everything is there, time. So all that what is so big descriptions, I have put it in a simple one page, that if you do everything, this is what it is. So experience, and that keeps coming, and then you become confident about it. In a moment we are alive, you just see, that is also, we don't know whether next breath is coming or not, isn't it? We take it for granted that it will keep coming. But truth is this only. Who knows? Are we living that moment completely? Are we there and complete, that nothing I need, nothing is lacking? I am totally as I ought to be, nothing lacking. Now you have a system, body and everything. And there the communication is happening with the environment. Something is going less, something coming more. That will keep happening. So we are saying don't identify with that. It doesn't mean don't take care of that. I am saying don't identify with it. Take care of it, don't identify with it. It's like you are going somewhere, you want to save somebody, somebody's child is falling or something, you just give it a hand and move on. That's your duty. It's like about yourself, what I am saying. More deeply you see, that's why what you are doing to yourself, be ready to do it to others. Are you doing bad things to yourself? Then I said no, then you move one step further. And you are not seeing rolling in goodness. So everything has been told. This completeness, that you are not lacking anything. Why would you lack? Well, if you are the progeny of the complete, so something you are not understanding properly, that is why you are feeling incomplete. And or you are not implementing that after understanding. This goes well, no? This is the beauty of Sanatana Parampara, that anything you pick up, they will tell you same thing. And if you want them, n number of words, 1,000 books they can write and say the same thing. And this can be told in one sentence also, one slok also, just by looking also, it can be given. No need to say, so many ways are there. Or it will take so much time. All things are there. यही तो बोल रहे हैं ना कि पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदम, बस बात खत्म. So what is which is not making sense in this whole story? And the faster, quicker it makes sense, we become conduit of that, and then that's how this what you are saying, tears roll down, and you people are feeling, that will become a perennial state. I mean, you become complete. That okay, now things are over. It's fantastic. Otherwise, in world something or the other you have. No, this is the nature of. As you said, is it Maya? It's a word only. It's a word. Truth is this. Whether you call it whatever. See, for something to understand that your dots are connected properly to behave in the world. So every time such words come. And now the thing is, because this is a continuous parampara, so some people are doing all thorough studies, so those words are still continuing. Now you get mixed up ki wo ki ye kya. So I say drop everything, begin fresh, here and now. Anyway, if you are in the progeny of immortal, then that immortality will come out of you, no? That's it.
Guruji, you said about immortality. So what I remembered is like long back when I came to you, I had the severe fear of death. But the moment I told to you, after that, it's like, at least I don't think about death, and that fear is completely disappeared, at least in that understanding. In the mind, it doesn't come at all. It was just a very simple story. Any moment anything happens, we should be ready to leave. How do we know whether we are prepared for that?
Remembrance. One has to remember how deep the remembrance has become. When that becomes the bedrock on which the world is running, then you are home free. So 4 things in today's world I tell, that Guru, Sambandh, Yoga. These, and you can say soul, somewhere you can fit different, but these are the 3-4 things on which world is running. today. The trust. Because when you have a relationship, it runs on trust. So, we are disciple, then guru. We have a relationship, then trust. And this all gamut is called yoga. That this all is united. This is all one. That is what called yoga. So these 4 words, 4, 5, 3, sometimes there's such variation how people understand. But these are in one word also you can say if you want to say. It how you understand. See, so that's why the word is called Vyakhya. If you do not understand why one word, then 2. If you do not, then 3, 4, then this. Permutation combination begins, then you are more confused. But you say, no, this is making sense. Because you somewhere you want to, no, this is, I'm satiated. But thing is same only. We should remember who we are, how we are, what is our relationship. Then this keep happening. Nobody, that's what the story we are, just any question we ask, same thing will be repeated in different words. That body so many times, it doesn't make sense otherwise. If body doesn't dematerialize, then how will it materialize again? And that has to happen, but you should be free from it. ठीक है. Now I am immortal. Whatever is happening to it. But so if you follow it correctly, then this will pinch less and less. Ready.